Hi everyone, I'm Chrys, author of the Disaster Crime series. In this video, I am going to discuss Flaming Crimes. Flaming Crimes is book 4 and the most recent release for the Disaster Crime series. Now, in this video, it's all about an experience that I had that I wrote about in this story. It's only a few paragraphs long in the book, but because it's something that I experienced with fire, and I have had a lot of experiences with fire in my life, I had to get it in there somehow. And I did that easily by making it a memory that Beth has with her mom. Now, in my real life, in my past, I was home with my mom. My dad was not home at the time. He worked late at night. And we saw like an orange glow in the distance, and it was pitch black. And we went outside and we follow the orange glow to the end of the street, and we go to the end of the block where the main road is there, and we look to the left and there's just fire. Just a few blocks away, there's fire consuming the trees, consuming the lots, and we get in full panic mode. Because right at that moment, when we make it to the end of the street and we see that, there's a police car going by, and he yells at us to go home, pack up, and leave. And like I said, this is late at night. It is pitch black. I'm in my pajamas. My mom's in her nightgown. I have slippers on my feet, and we are running back home. And like the slippers are almost falling off my feet. I'm terrified. My heart is like pounding a million miles a minute, a few feet in front of me, and all I am thinking about is the fire right behind us? Is it going to come? Are we even going to be able to pack up and leave in time before this fire comes? We get home, we tell my brothers and sisters who stayed inside, and we just start packing things up. We're shoving clothes and blankets into bags. We're grabbing our backpacks for school. We're putting some toys in our backpacks. And my mom, I remember she was taking this big picture off the wall in the living room to take, and we pack up our car, and we even put our pets in there, and we go to a hotel. My dad meets us there, and we all sneak into this hotel because I think they just said it was going to be the two of them, the parents. We all sneak into this hotel with our few cats, and there's 5 children all together. And so we stay there the night, and on TV, I remember sitting on the bed watching the news and seeing a little red flame, a little red flame, a little red flame, a little red flame. There was several fires that night. Luckily, the next day when we come back home, the fire actually did not get very close to where I lived. It stopped pretty much where we had saw it, so the firefighters contained it really well. But that is the very first experience I ever had with fire. And although it's pretty minor compared to what I ended up later on having, it still stuck with me. And for Flaming Crimes, anything that had to do with fire from my past and that I have memories about, I wanted to get into this story. So I'm going to read you the few paragraphs, and you can see just how much similar it is, this memory that I gave to Beth. That is my memory. Living in Florida, evacuating your house due to a fire was as frightening as escaping the path of a hurricane. She remembered running to the end of the road when she was a little girl in her pajamas. Her mom ran next to her in her nightgown. They were home alone. Her dad was working late as a truck driver at the time, and the lights of an approaching fire brightened the pitch-black sky, scoring the night with yellow and orange flames. Her heart had raced ahead of her. The sound of her slippers scratching against the asphalt was loud in her ears. They made it to the end of the road and looked toward the dancing lights. The fire was a few blocks away. Tears had popped into Beth's eyes and spilled down her cheeks. While they numbly stared at the fire in the distance, a police car stopped in front of them. The officer told them to pack their cars and leave their house. Beth had scurried back home, tripping on her slippers. She stuffed clothes and her favorite Barbies into her backpack. She snatched up her blankie, pressed it to her chest, and met her mom in the hall as she took pictures off the walls. They crammed their possessions into the car and drove to a hotel. Beth's dad later joined them. She stayed up late watching the news, hypnotized by the blinking red dots on the map that indicated 4 fires. One of those fires had been close to her home. Luckily, it was put out 2 blocks from where she lived, but the fear she had that night stayed with her. See? Almost exactly like what I just told you. And for me as an author, I really love to put in these things that are true to life, true to my life, that actually happened. It makes my stories for me that much more personal because I sneak in these memories and these things that actually happened. And for an author to do that, that's really magical and powerful. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope that everyone watching does not ever experience the fear of seeing a fire close to your home, and especially not having one surround it or take your home. Stay safe. Thanks for watching.